I played against you too, right? Yeah, I played against you.
Did we?
Yeah.
I was like in my deathbed in Rocket League terms.
We saw like some guys like jumping on stilts, giving seminars about like how to pick up girls or something. We were pretty confused. Yeah, it was weird.
Maybe one day we'll get the Harrisburg files. You know, we'll get some.
That sounds wrong, but I meant like. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the official NRG Rocket League Podcast, NRG Takeoff, presented by Spectrum. I've got the whole team here today: BeastMode, Daniel, Atomic, and the mastermind himself, Satthew. We're going to be going over some topics heading into the new season, the RLCS 2026 season. So let's get into it. But before we do, thank you to Spectrum once again for making this happen. I guess we'll start with FIFA E. If you guys didn't watch that, you guys need to go back and watch it because obviously not the result everyone in the U.S. wanted, but the best of seven, the last best of seven against France, I think was, to me, it was one of the best series I've seen in a minute because rarely I feel like series don't go to the distance like that. And I'm not going to lie, I was feeling good that series. I mean, I feel like you guys were I thought you guys looked great. And then obviously just at the end, a few misfortunate events happened. But I just want to get your guys' perspective. You guys don't have to go one by one, but just going into the tournament, because obviously that was following Regional 1. So I'm curious if Regional 1 kind of changed your guys' perspective on that tournament at all, or I don't know. It's kind of odd timing. So I just want you guys to kind of give me your POV going into that tournament.
Obviously, from my perspective, we were definitely down in the dumps following the regional. Just from like a logistical standpoint, we had to like change a bunch of flights because we were planning on, going straight from Copenhagen to Saudi and having like a boot camp in between in Saudi Arabia. Just logistically, like that already turned on its head. Beyond that, the result in like the first regional, we were definitely like disappointed by it. So we obviously we all took time away from each other and from the game and kind of like just made it our goal to like use this as like a bounce back event and try to get like the most out of the event, at least from like a coaching perspective. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I would completely agree with everything you said. And yeah, talk about.
That's actually your motto, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, if you guys want to know my perspective, I think you guys played amazing. I mean, it was, like I said, it was one of the best of sevens I'd seen in a minute. Just jumping around ideas. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Juicy kind of proved himself in that series, not to, gas up the other team, but I was pretty shocked. I felt like he was the whole reason they even won that. I was pretty surprised by that. But I thought you guys looked great. And it was a super entertaining series. I think anyone with a brain on their two shoulders knew you guys were the representatives to send still, regardless of one Friday. So, and you guys looked insane. I hate saying it because it sounds like NA copium, but I feel like the best team didn't win. Like I thought you guys looked really, really good. It looked like the world's team again. Like it looked the same to me. So,
oh yeah, I would say it definitely felt close to that. It definitely felt like the world championship for sure. And that's just how it always feels when we play in tournament. But yeah, I agree with Juicy. I always feel like Juicy has been like underrated for sure. But
he had some haters.
Yeah,
going into the season.
Bro, yeah. He plays for Jolly. Everyone was doubting him, but I always thought he was pretty good. So especially in ranked and stuff, and just on general mates. So
the whole reaction to his pickup, I think, was like very overblown. Honestly,
yeah,
I thought he was always going to slot in like pretty well. Obviously, at the time of recording today, they slipped against Magnifico, but I'm sure them already qualifying for the major, they're probably fine.
Yeah. I mean, we put him, not to bring up Chalkcast, but we put him S tier, and even that got a lot of flack. But I think for me, it was like if Atira knows who he wants that quick, I'm pretty confident in the pick. You know what I mean? It just seemed like there was any hesitation at all. Besides that, I think, was that your guys' biggest, I don't say surprise. It feels like you guys knew Juicy would be that way, but any other competitive takeaway? I know it's hard because it's, national countries. Maybe what you thought about the new Furia, because obviously they were there as Brazil.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that change?
I was gonna say it was pretty nice to get like reps against the new Furia, see how they look. Because I thought Jafinha was solid too. It was just like a weird change for me. I didn't know how to think about it, but they seemed a lot better. So it was good to get reps against them and just reps against like international people and like just good ranked and good scrims like as always. So yeah,
I always joke that he got kicked because he on KVM. I mean, I thought he looked good too, but he was like,
I'm in the same boat as you, bro.
If we're gonna kick someone, I feel like the 2 controller players probably looked at Jorfinho clicking around over there, and they're like, "Yeah,
dude, yeah." I don't know if I could ever like trust anyone who's like typing an essay on stage like during a playoff match. So,
that's funny because Jorfinho seems like a really nice guy, and we're here roasting his. But yeah, I guess we can just unless you guys have any other thoughts on FIFA E, we can kind of wrap it up outside of any other. I already know there's. So if we had a camera in their practice room, it would be an insanely funny video. But they're always real reserved about it. But are there any funny stories besides Daniel losing his shoe on the walkout that you guys can remember?
Any funny stories, guys?
We saw like some guys like jumping on stilts like, randomly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
Tell that.
That was
Like
crazy.
just on the streets? On the streets?
Nah,
No.
we on like the Sunday, was it the Sunday? I think we got told to like go down for a bit. We were gonna play in like 40 minutes, and we had to like go downstairs, and it just felt like we entered like a different dimension because like there were like these 2 guys in the lobby like that were like 20 feet tall jumping, and then we walked into a room and they were like giving seminars about like how to pick up girls or something. We were pretty confused. Yeah, it was weird.
It was insane, bro.
To piggyback off of that, like in Birmingham, when we were sitting in like the hotel lobby one of the nights, I don't know what it was, if it was like a circus act or something. A big group of like performers walked into the like hotel, and there was a guy on stilts and a different guy on like that was maybe like 4 feet tall or maybe less. He was very small, and like. It's just like we just laugh about it every time because this happened in Saudi now too with the guy on stilts, and we're just like, why do like all these weird things follow us like everywhere we go?
That's so funny.
Yeah, I remember there was a huge, which I think is sick, just to get a little context, but there was a huge cosplay thing going on too in Birmingham. There was like a million different things going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
It might have been those guys, honestly. Yeah.
And then the last thing I want to say is, did you guys watch the performance before the grand final? Were you guys able to see that at FIFA E? It was the most random thing of all time.
I think I was watching the stream, but I turned it off when it came on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was random, but it reminds me of DJ Khaled at the Overwatch grand finals, if you guys remember that. But
Oh yeah.
Are you talking about the DJ?
yeah, but this was like a rapper, and I don't know. He had there was like Brazilian flags everywhere, so I don't know if he was speaking Portuguese or Arabic, but I don't know. It was kind of fire, but it was just random. It was super random. Anyways, we'll move on. We'll move on to the new RLCS season. Obviously, we're 1 regional down. We don't have to talk about that anymore. There's nothing else to even speak on it. But yeah, do you guys, I'm sure that, like you said, it was kind of weird logistically before, but do you think it ended up being a good thing moving forward, or would you guys have rather taken a break? Not to say you guys didn't want to play the tournament, but obviously with the timing, I was arguing with a few people that honestly, I don't know if just taking time off is better than having to go all the way across the world to play a tournament right now. So you guys want to give your perspective on that?
Yeah, I want to hear the players' POVs first.
You're talking about like taking a break right after the FIFA E and then having it like 2-3 long. Like, how do I feel about that?
Yeah. In relation to like the season.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like all of us definitely needed a break. I think like what we played our first regional like a month after winning Worlds, and I feel like none of us just wanted to like touch the game at all. So I feel like that's kind of why the regional one went mid. But then we locked in for FIFA E. We had a decent result, and I think we had another break obviously after FIFA E, and I feel like now we're finally all motivated. So I think the Copenhagen LAN I think was definitely like too early. I definitely would prefer like a real break. So
right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think like if we would have gone to Copenhagen, you could have maybe done like decent. I feel like when you take that break, you're like way more hungry after when you come back. So
yeah,
we would have just been like kind of coasting a little bit. Where now we're like really focused in terms.
I was waiting for BeastMode to say I agree with everything. There's
yeah.
No, but
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like after Worlds, like myself, like it's hard to obviously stay motivated for sure, and it's just like I think we all wanted to break, like they said, and then like after the FIFA, like I didn't want to break at all. I genuinely just like as soon as I came back, I started putting like more hours than I ever do like in a off season, I guess you would say. So if it definitely like was, I feel like it was good to get that result, and also good to go to FIFA E for it just all like led into like a reason, and yeah, it was really good.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I think people overreact obviously the post Worlds vibe, I think, is always weird because I think people say complacency, but I feel like complacency sounds like it was a conscious decision to be complacent. But it's like I feel like after, at least for me, like after winning Worlds, it was really hard to go back to playing online and be as hype off the rip. And you guys had the shortest break of all time after winning Worlds, of course. You know, we can't bask in anything in NA, but it isn't. I don't want to say it's complacency. It's just it's hard to get hyped for that and what's in your head, like a lower level again to restart. I think that's fair. I think it's valid. I think any team would have gone through that. I want to get your guys' thoughts on what you think about NA right now, because it does feel like this is the best NA's been in a minute. You know, with Space Station, even Redacted doing well on LAN. You know, I wouldn't even said much about them beating you guys, but then they went and looked good again at LAN, you know, taking down NIP, I think it is, and Space Station beating Vitality, which is, I don't think we've seen someone else beat Vitality in a minute. Not to bring that up, I'm just saying. So what do you guys think about the level of NA overall this season?
I think it's really good, especially for us. That's something we kind of always struggle with, I would say, like just like finding like good value in practice, and like ever since our result, and like seeing how good NA teams can do, and seeing that they made top 4, especially when we swim against them, it's just really good practice, and I think it's just good for the scene just in general. It makes everything look really good. I also think like, you know, Redacted have been playing really good, and they all have been kind of like showing how good they can be, and just everyone has been really doing that. So it's been overall just good, I would say.
I mean, I think there's definitely been like a step up in like the general level of like the average team in NA, or at least like the 1 through 5, 1 through 6, or I guess 2 through 5, 2 through 6. It was still kind of disappointing to see how easily KC kind of handled Shop in the finals.
I agree.
I would have liked to see, like, obviously, you know, a closer match or maybe even a Shop win there. I was always interested too in like maybe if it had been SSG instead, how that would have gone as well. Just in the finals, like Beast said, I think we're definitely getting more value in practice now. I think also like what we just previously talked about, like the result we had kind of gave us a new perspective. I think we've kind of like gained that new perspective just like practicing over the last couple of weeks, and it's been like really helpful. Just probably gaining a bit more respect for all the teams and just like understanding, you know, how they can help us get back to the level we want to. That's similar to like Worlds and better.
Yeah, I saw Vatira trying to jinx NA again, saying that NA is way better, but I think he actually might mean it this time. Just because EU looks rough. Like I don't watch Vitality and think that's a scary team right now at all.
Yeah.
Weird team to me. Very, very weird team so far.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like when he says that, I feel like that's him. Like they're just usually so dominant over there that he just like looks down on the European teams a bit more. So like he's like, he just looks at NA and he's like, okay, maybe they'll be like good just compared to like the teams that we keep beating up on, like we as in Carmine.
Right.
I don't know if he ever like truly like looks into the teams and is like looks at their like gameplay side by side and is like, yeah, this looks better on the NA side of things.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Europe's going to be insane.
Agreed.
It's like going into last season, it felt like there was 2 insane super teams, which I don't think Vitality ended up being a super team at all, obviously. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I always, you know, about the Shopify versus K Corp thing, I think First Killer might be the unluckiest final play. I mean, he keeps running into Vatira. He just has to play Vatira every time. Like he hasn't gotten a freebie, you know, a little bit of a freebie, maybe like a new team or something. I don't know. I really think he deserves a couple LAN wins at this point. He just actually runs into Vatira's team peak each year so far, which I think is sadly kind of hilarious. But I think heading into this season, what are your guys' predictions? Like, you don't have to put yourselves in the top 4 if you don't want to, but top 4 in NA, because there is about like 6. Sorry, Daniel. There's like 6 or 7 teams that seem pretty solid. So like if you had to do a top 4, like I'm worried about Gen G a little bit. I'm pretty worried about Gen G. So if you had to do a top 4, I prefer you guys to put yourself in there. But if not, just in order really quick before we move on.
Of course, I think we're going to end up being the best team in NA and like number 1. SSG, I think should be the 2, but I think it will still end up being Shop. And then it's SSG. And then that 4 seed is like very hard actually in my eyes. Cause like you said, I'm like, as like friends with Gen G, like I'm worried in the sense that they, like, I think Redacted looks really good. I think they looked good against European competition. I thought they looked good against Shop on the first day they played them.
That was a very close series.
And honestly, even like Foot is like, I mean, Foot already beat Gen G in the first regional as well.
I always forget about Foot. Sosa probably thinks just don't rate him at all. I forget about Foot every time. Like I don't know why. Cheese is like an interesting player to me because he seems like one of the most solid players, but I feel like he's underrated in a way because he's not like an insane flashy player. Yeah. But yeah, it does feel like they're capable of upsetting quite a few teams.
I think they're always going to throw a wrench into like every single regional, similar to what they already did in the first one. So it's like there's 6 teams right now in my eyes that are like all right there for that. I mean, again, that 4 seed is tough to say. I mean, based off one. Yeah, right. Based off what we've seen so far, I'd say Redacted. Also, Redacted scrims pretty well, so yeah, I'd say them.
Okay. I'm a little worried about Gen G. They do look a lot better online normally, so maybe that'll be their saving grace. And I am interested to see Redacted now that I feel maybe things are a little bit more serious for them because like they've probably exceeded their own expectations. Yeah. For me, I'm more high on SSG just because I feel like Chronic looks kind of renewed on that team, and that I don't know if it's a role thing or just.
I think Diaz looks a lot better too, like on like other teams than on that team.
Yeah, he looks very good as well. When I was watching SSG, it felt like Chronic was kind of opened up to do whatever he wants more than before.
I definitely would say like last year in Ultimates, he was like pretty restricted in like what he was like meant to do on that team. He got left in it. I feel like he had to play a lot of like really tough positions, a lot of really tough like situations, honestly. And I feel like that's happening maybe a bit less at SSG.
Yeah, that makes sense. Even then, I think his peaks were pretty high last year too. Like he seemed a little bit up and down, but I hate calling out specific players, but some people were calling for him to stay over LJ. But I think, obviously LJ, everyone rates LJ super high still. But yeah, interesting. Okay, so we've got our top 4 from Satthew. No one else answered.
Yeah. What about?
I'm gonna make a Atomic. I'm gonna make a Atomic answer.
It's us, SSG Shop, and then I think it is just a lot of bracket luck. Like to be honest, you might just get like because like first regional there was that one quadrant that was like not to be toxic, but like obviously it was like pretty free, and it was like 100x35. So. But if I had to say Redacted and
we were in that.
I honestly don't know between Gen G. Redacted is like tight for me. Even Foot, like I think I'm gonna give it to Gen G though because I think like they're probably like a little more serious. I don't know fully Redacted. Like I do think they're gonna be good, but I don't know if like they can just get upset still randomly. Maybe I don't know.
What about you, BeastMode?
Yeah, us Shopify, SSG, and then I would say Gen G too. Just because like. When we're scrimming them, they seem really good. But I am a bit worried about that because, like Greg has said a lot that they just are a scrim team and then they can't really do it in tournament. But I agree with what you said about them being like online. They really good online there. I think that would help them a lot. And I need to see like more consistency from like Foot and Redacted before I put them over Gen G.
Also, just really quick, we're missing our 6th member of NRG here, Asura, but he was letting me know yesterday that he took you down in a ranked game. I mean, he was talking all about it. He was talking all of him and Omar. He was loving it. He was loving it. He was like, gee, I'm looking good. And then, but then he said he was watching your video and heard you say, why is Daniel so low in MMR? And it was because Asura had played with him for 2 hours straight. So, but Daniel, if you want to give us your top 4 real quick.
All right, I'll say NRG, Shopify, SSG, and then Foot.
Oh, you got trust in you got faith in the Frosty man stepping up.
Yeah, and Sosa got the best jawline in RLCS.
All right, well that's some good analysis. I appreciate that. Any thoughts on NA going forward? I don't think there's anything else really. I think we covered everything. All the teams.
I don't know. Is any better than you?
No. But I've always been critical. I've always been critical of NA.
We gotta wait till the major. If NA like dominates EU at this major, then we could say. But until then, we gotta say EU's better, honestly.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
I think straight skill, like for skill, I think that it's not that far. But to me, it always feels like the NA teams get way more nervous, like when it comes to LAN. I don't know why. Like the EU guys are so cocky, like are always so confident.
A lot of them just think like they're actually just better because they're EU, even if they're not like the top of EU, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Because it is just like France, to be honest.
They're also just so hostile. Like I'm getting Evo stratted by Arju in ranked.
Yeah.
And he's on Speed's Kittens or whatever it's called. Speed's Kittens. Whatever it's called. I don't know. They're insane over there. I don't think I could handle the rank. I'm sure no one gets quick chats you guys, but if I hopped over there, it'd probably be bad. I'm looking forward to watching this regional a lot, honestly, just to see you guys bounce back. And if you guys want, we're actually recording this on day 1 of the regional, so make sure you guys check out Mission Control. Got James Bot and Astra in there. James Bot still reaping the rewards of having to watch me for 2 years straight at the end. So shout out him. The next segment we have lined up here really is just a segment to talk about how old I am. Just had my 9-year anniversary on NRG, which is pretty cool. Almost had a decade. Yeah, I'm old.
Holy.
It's bad. It's over. But yeah, we'll move on from that segment. We don't need to stay on that one. And yeah, what we got next? I want to get your guys' thought on the new NRG decal. This is the first decal that I honestly like more in game than in a picture. I feel like every NRG decal, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna love that, and then I love it a little bit less. Not to hate on them, just they sometimes they don't end up feeling as good. But this one, actually, I had the opposite effect. I don't know if you guys have been using it a little bit, but what's your guys' thought on the new decal?
I used it as soon as it came out. Honestly, it felt pretty good. But I mean, I always stick with my neural network. But I love the 2 stars. Like, it makes me feel like a goat whenever I see the 2 stars. So
there you go.
Yeah,
I think it's a huge upgrade on last year's. I think they did a very good job at just like kind of like updating it with the 2 stars. I think that obviously like makes it sick. Definitely feel like a goat when I'm wearing it too.
There you go.
But I thought the colorway was really nice, and I think I agree also that like feel wise it feels like better than last year's as well.
Well, it matches the alpha boost, like the brighter orange they put on there. That's what did it for me. Yeah, make sure you guys pick that up. Pick that up in the shop. They're universal now, so if you're an oddball and use some weird car, you can still use it. So
Cornball.
Cornball.
All right, but moving on, we've got NRG Valorant back. I haven't watched Valorant in a minute. I'm not gonna lie. So
same.
I don't think there hasn't been like a lot going on, right? Besides, like they had that New York kickoff event, I think.
Yeah, Riot always has the biggest, like really long breaks after their champs. It feels like, but every time champs happens, I'm on a Valorant phase every single time.
Yeah, definitely.
But potential NRG Rocket League versus NRG Valorant in both games. Who wins? This question says. I mean, that would be super one-sided both ways, I think.
Yes.
I don't know if that's have an idea.
Like we even have written down that the NRG Valorant versus NRG CS team video did really well. I'm not saying the Rocket League video would do bad, but I think it would be very one-sided. But I think that'd still be entertaining. It'd still be funny, especially if we mix up the teams maybe. But listen, a Valorant game against a team, I'm there. We might get wiped. But I had a lot of fun in the last thing we did. I think it was just Daniel wasn't there. It was just me, BeastMode, Atomic, and Satthew. Yeah. That was fun playing against the Valorant.
It was,
yeah, it was.
Who was on my team? Was it you, Satthew? You were on my team, right?
No, wait, were we? No,
yeah.
Oh, it was us 3.
Oh, it was us 3. Yeah, our team I thought was hilarious. Our team was
with Mod and Scuba, right?
Yeah, the minions, the despicable minions. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, maybe we'll have to do that. That was a good time.
Yeah, I would hope both teams win in their respective games. I don't think it would be a contest. So I don't think we'd learn anything from it, but yeah, it'd be cool.
If it's a full game, though, I low-key think we get a round or 2. Okay, I feel like we all play Valorant, no?
Yeah.
That should actually be the idea is like, can we get rounds versus can they get goals or something like that?
Yeah. The Rocket League would be more one-sided, I think, since like me and Atomic are like immortal. Like I feel like the Val game would be like 13 to like 12 or something, 13 to 11.
13 to 12. Well, they'll have to clip that, and maybe we'll get in there. But they also got new champion skins, which I didn't even know until now. I'll have to pick it up. That's pretty cool. If you have made it this far into this podcast, into NRG Takeoff, we're giving away an OG NRG decal, and I believe we're going to have the code pop up on stream, and it's first come, first serve. So if you're watching this, if you're an audio listener, maybe pull over in the car safely, because you're going to enter that code because it's first come, first serve, and obviously it's almost impossible to get these decals, and I think it's the most legendary one, the OG one, the first one with the original colors.
It's a classic.
That is a classic.
That one's so tough, bro.
And we did give away codes to NTX and Nikki Dubs, who are actually like they've been fans of NRG since before I could drive, which was a long time ago. So they've been around for a minute. So yeah, make sure you guys enter that code, and I'm sure it'll be gone quick. But yeah, any other thoughts, guys, heading into the today or next weekend? I know today is a walk in the park. I'm sure we'll run into each other as well, which I hate every single time.
Feels like it happens
every single time. Yeah, and I love the inevitable Reddit thread that comes from that. What's your actually really quick? I want to get your guys' opinion on that, just really quick.
Now we're really breaking off topic.
No, we are. I just want to know, like, these people actually think and don't roast me here, but these people actually think that I'm not trying. And I feel like I feel like people are so faded. Like if I could beat you guys, I would have kept my job. You know what I mean? I would have been in there. I just think it's so ridiculous. But the Reddit thread that people make every time is so funny. It's so funny.
Wait, what do they say? Because I'm not.
They say that like there's conflict of interest here because it's more beneficial for you guys to win. I want you guys to win, but I don't take earnings. I don't, you guys aren't giving me your earnings, which would be awesome. That would be awesome. But I don't know. I just think it's funny every single time. And we do match up almost every regional, it feels like.
Yeah. Competitive integrity wise. Yeah. I guess like technically there is conflict, but
no, there is.
I mean, you're not the type to ever like do that, like throw, like you've always like been a sweat, Garrett. I mean, that's what made you a good pro.
Oh, of course. So, that's the only way that anything's fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, you guys don't understand how hyped I get when I score a goal against you guys. Like I'm hyped. You know what I mean? Just saying.
Because it's like also like when you're retired, it's like extremely fun to like beat modern pros. Like guys that are still like competing, because then you can be like, I don't even do this full time anymore, and I'm still beating. Like my guys know. Anytime I beat a pro in twos, I like they're getting a screenshot. They're
this guy's
being let known at something. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so funny because I remember after you retired, I swear you went on a tear.
I did.
I remember you were in ranked, and I was like, well, this guy is insane. I remember thinking that right after. It's like a buff.
I got up to like top 10 in twos. Like just solo.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I was going crazy.
That's crazy.
That's Satthew Brown right there.
Yeah, after I retired, yeah.
Satthew kickoff. No, listen. I mean, Justin saw potential in you. Like I said, I asked him when we were getting rid of Turbo, who does he want? One name came up, Satthew. That's who he wanted. So listen, I mean,
what a timeline that was.
Yeah. Listen, I respected it. I just didn't expect it. You know what I mean? Like so random.
I tried to tell my guys I used to be a baller. I mean, Mossy played against me, so he knows how much of a baller.
I played against you too, right? Yeah, I played against you.
Did we?
Yeah.
When I was like literally on my last breath. Yeah.
Like
season X. Like I was like in my deathbed in Rocket League terms.
Was that when you lived in?
Oh yeah.
With the team?
What was Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Harrisburg, yeah.
Classic.
Maybe one day we'll get the Harrisburg files. We'll get some.
The Harrisburg files.
What was going on there?
Okay, that sounds wrong, but I meant more like some stories. We want to give a huge thank you to our friends over at Spectrum. On behalf of NRG Rocket League, the staff, and the whole NRG fam, thank you very much for watching the official NRG Rocket League podcast, NRG Takeoff. Thanks again to Spectrum, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.